Welcome back! During our last gathering, we discussed the benefits of cloud migration, as well as some of the key considerations you need to keep in mind before you make the switch. Well, we're back on the cloud again, but this time we'll be discussing how cloud services relates to a more specific function: your phone systems. Cloud-based phone systems falls under the same general umbrella of benefits and considerations that we talked about last time. But there are some unique factors to keep in mind as well. Versatility for remote workers is a leading reason companies are looking to migrate away from their on-premise phone systems. Being able to eliminate a complicated infrastructure and offload the maintenance of an on-premise phone system in favor of a more mobile and versatile communication network is very appealing to the growth of a more virtual workforce. There are many companies that rely heavily on their phone systems for their day-to-day operations, though, so taking that risk of losing functionality due to downtime and lack of service redundancy is something that might have you thinking twice about the change. The good news is, you are not alone. So many businesses today require consistent, constant access to their phone systems. For example, if your company provides roadside assistance to your customers, then you can't risk any downtime that could leave someone stranded by the side of the road in need of help. In scary movies, it's usually the driver's cell phone signal that is keeping the call for help from getting through, not the call center's network, but it's a pretty hairy situation any way you slice it, and you don't want to be the villain in the end. But fret not, friends. Just as voice over IP and mobile devices have essentially replaced the need for a traditional landline, cloud-based phone systems are becoming increasingly more commonplace and reliable. Today's cloud providers have their own fail-safes in place, for one, which will keep you up and running with limited to no downtime. And many of them now operate multiple data centers and offer several redundancy options so you don't lose access or connectivity. In fact, migrating your phone systems to the cloud could actually provide you with a more secure connection than the traditional setup you have now. Since your network will only be as fast as the internet traffic around you, it's smart to have redundancies and contingencies of your own in place. Cloud-based phone systems can be paired with mobile devices, for example. Forwarding incoming calls to user cell phones during an outage is one example of a contingency you could easily implement to keep your business from getting down and grinding to a halt. When more employees start to come back to the office versus working in a remote environment, bandwidth and latency issues might also be a concern you have. One way to mitigate this is to establish a secondary path of connectivity in your office network. Things like SIP trunks or a dedicated copper line in addition to your cloud-based connection offer service redundancies so that you have more than one way to connect in case your primary path of connectivity experiences downtime, latency, or some other kind of failure. Having more than one way to access your systems and applications means that you and your users won't find yourselves scrambling to keep the business moving if and when an issue rears its ugly head. Business phone systems are experiencing a great deal of technological growth, and with that growth comes a greater reliance on the resources and a greater reliance on their reliability. Be smart. Think ahead and don't put all your eggs in one basket. Make sure you have redundancies and contingencies in place to support your network at both the provider level and within your own in-house infrastructure. Be twice prepared and never sorry. Join me next time round the fireside. We'll be taking a look at your backup plans and how they differ from and contribute to disaster recovery plans. Another crucial piece to your business continuity. Come again, come often.